Hello. It
Hello.
is Thursday. No, not December. October 20th. You know what that means. Another episode of the Mad Chatter. We've got one of our good buddies joining us, Helvetica. Gonna pipe up whenever he should feel like it. When he's not
I'm here.
coughing. All right. And then as always, a good buddy, J1.
Hey, buddy.
Bob. How's it going, my friend?
Oh, dude. I don't even know, dude. Today was just, it felt blah.
Okay.
You know what I
You
mean?
look like you got chased by a fart. Did you just wake up?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I have napped today, though. I won't.
Okay.
I will not lie about that. I have napped.
Right on. So we got a couple topics we're going to crack into today. For those of you that don't know, Whatnot has opened up a publishing division. Whatnot Publishing. So we will talk about that, the I guess potential ramifications, could say. Let's see, we got Will here as always. Good to see you, Will. So there'll be some random outbursts tonight from J1.
Dude, that's going to happen. I can tell you right now with who we're talking about.
Yeah. So for instance, this week, let me pull up my
What are you bagging and boarding? Just so you know.
You do what you got to do. What you bagging up? What you boarding up there?
Well, you want to see?
Yeah.
It's a pretty one.
Looks like a bone. Oh, it's the Tick. I do love
The
that
Yule
Christmas
Log special.
Yeah. Man, that was such a great show. Man. Let's see. What was
What was the sidekick? Was it Arthur?
Arthur.
Yeah.
Let's see. New releases for this week. Okay, let me find what the name of the comic was. Do you remember by any chance what the name of the Whatnot comic was this week? Oh, yeah. Alpha Betas.
There you go.
So that came out this week. Ninja Funk came out. Or that's yet to come out.
This is all I got left.
So they have published Alpha Betas so far. Let me click on it real quick. I'm kind of surprised that they're priced at $3.99.
Agreed.
Especially for a brand new publishing company, their first. I can't imagine them staying at that price. That's a pretty big publisher price. So,
well, look at Bad Idea. Bad Idea's prices are freaking like ridiculous in comparison.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean that they're also Bad Idea.
Creators of like the most randomest elite comics.
Yeah,
but they're fucking amazingly good stories.
I mean the covers, the whole book is just artistic. Bad Idea. How clean is that?
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they published their first book this week, and they are now going to be becoming the publisher for Heavy Metal Magazine.
I'm excited about that because I'm happy to have it
back. Yeah. I mean, Heavy Metal's been through a ton of publishers.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, my LCS growing up did not have heavy metal, but the Walden books at the mall did.
Yes.
And I would always go up and grab that because there was you could almost guarantee there's always a set of boobs in it. So
True story.
yeah. So well, okay, so Whatnot anyway, it's starting up its publishing division. Now, what would you now I'll preface this with saying I believe that Whatnot is a business. It's can do whatever it wants. If it's something I don't like, I don't have to use that business. Nobody does. But for the sellers that are currently getting their, 5K, 10K, 20K shows and stuff like that, have they put a lot of work into a system that is not going to look out for their interests before their own?
No, they're not. They're going to look out for Whatnot's interest, period.
Sure.
They've already proved that time and time again.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm still a seller on Whatnot is because I'm an OG seller.
Right.
Other people, friends of mine that have come, right? They've come on, they've sold, they've had contracts, and they've had their contracts canceled and not renewed.
Sure.
Right? Yep. I have not had a sale on Whatnot in 6 months.
Well, it's longer than that for me.
But I'm still a seller, and I still get all my seller's rights.
Yep.
Because in my contract and your contract, they can't boot us.
Nope. Well, I mean, it has to be pretty egregious.
Yes.
But we're not held to any sort of contract of how many sales we have to do or anything like that. So,
dude, that was pretty damn nice too.
Man, those Mylars just make those colors look so good.
Dude, right?
Man.
Sorry. But they are literally like horse owners, right? They really are. They're like racehorse owners.
Sure.
They've got their premier studs. And the jockeys that they want to run them, right? The studs are those big money LCSs that draw huge crowds.
Sure.
And the jockeys are their own little comic books that they have published, right? They pair them up. I mean, they've proved it over and over again.
Well, the people that have done quote-unquote Whatnot exclusives, which it doesn't have anything to do with Whatnot. Whatnot's not putting any money into it.
No, they're putting their name on the back of it for them. That's it.
Yeah. So someone has done all the work to get an exclusive and to get preferential showings, listings, push notifications. They call it a Whatnot exclusive, meaning that you can supposedly only get it on Whatnot, even though the majority of them, that's not the case. They'll sell them anywhere they can, which, I mean, that's what I would do. I wouldn't tell somebody, hey, wait till my Whatnot show.
I'm not mad at Whatnot for what they do, right?
I'm not upset.
They're a business.
They're building a business. They're branching out. I just wonder about, now that they're into publishing, how much more it's going to affect the little guy that wants to sell on Whatnot.
They're not going to get on as easy, I can tell you that.
You get your 10, 20K people that are having, 13, 1400 in a single stream.
True.
They're going to get real nice deals to sell Whatnot published books. And I would guess they would be selling them at Whatnot very, very slightly over what it costs Whatnot to print them.
You're probably right.
So, are you sick of Whatnot yet?
I am.
I mean, I
I got sick of it, honest to God, man. I got sick of it when whatchamacallit came out. Invincible.
yeah, that
I'll be honest.
That was kind of, I thought that was a great move by them. I thought it was really nice that they chose to give them to us.
Now, wait, before you go crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
Before you get too crazy with those words, they did give them to us, right?
Sure.
But when did they give them to us?
Gosh, I don't even remember how long ago that was.
Well, I'll give you a rough idea.
Okay.
It was right after.
So it correlated directly with something.
It was right after all of their stable horses had sold all of theirs.
Oh, yes.
And now the market for them, which at one time was $500 to $1,000.
Sure.
And I'm not talking for the gold foil. I'm talking for the trade or the virgin or the set.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? You might pay $400 for the trade dress.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When did they hand them out to all the sellers? After all that heat and all that fire was gone, and not until.
Yep.
Not until every bit of that book had been drained.
Oh, sure. At one point, I was like, oh, I guess they're not going to send me one. And then all of a sudden, it was like the listings died down, and then, oh, what showed up on my doorstep?
Exactly. And again, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, right?
Sure, but
I was able to flip my set for $350.
I certainly flipped one of my sets for much more than I paid for it. And I still have my original free set.
Yeah.
So I could flip that, and, obviously I'm going to keep it because my name's on it, but
are you done?
Yeah, I agree. Starscream.
Ooh, you guys want to see some fresh off the press?
Ooh.
Fresh off the press.
Very nice.
I've got AIDS.
Only AIDS.
AIDS fresh off the press.
Nice.
Sorry, she just handed them to me, but these are all 9/8 candidates. I'm
still warm.
Dude.
Like fresh baked cookies.
Fresh baked cookies. I don't want to steal that. I don't want to steal the Sans' line, but absolutely.
Yeah.
But dude, like I said, you don't look the gift horse in the mouth, man. But they're very smart with what they do. They only put money into the ones they want to put money into.
They're smart and stupid. It's like they're really
come on over.
They're really dumb with their PR.
Oh, I won't disagree with you on that.
Like they're
especially at the cons and stuff like that.
They make bad decisions in the way that they look. I'm not saying they're poor business decisions, but you'd think you'd take on a little bit. You kind of think, oh, this is not going to look good. We got to figure out a way to spin this. And maybe I respect it a lot. Maybe they don't give a shit. And they're just like, we're going to do what we do. We're trying to make money.
Well, at the same time, right? Dude, at any given time, if you just stay out of the comics section, completely, don't even go near comics, there's still 50,000 other fucking people and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, comics is a small percentage of their fucking business. And I mean small.
Yeah, very small. I think it's 3% or less.
Yeah.
It's very, very small.
for them to be branching out like this and become a publishing company, I mean, that's a big fucking step. I mean, it
But
really
I
is.
guess I don't. The market's so small.
Uh-huh.
The big guys can't survive.
Yeah.
Well, I should say DC can't survive, or is having trouble surviving. You know, the most of the indie publishers are on razor thin margins.
Dude, super.
It doesn't make any sense why you would go into
A publishing company, because they're going to use it as a cash flow system and make it exclusive to their show and distribute them to the sellers they want to hype.
Yes, but I mean, their first book, let me just look it up. I want to make sure I get this right. Written by Kyle Starks, art by Mike Calero, and cover by Kit Wallace.
Now, what of those names have you heard of?
Exactly.
Right?
Not saying that we don't have.
What are you doing here?
They're not that they don't deserve to get a shot at it. It just seems like an interesting choice to do your first book like that. Shimko.
How is it?
Alright.
So I'm coming to defend Whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now
We'll let you.
Yeah.
with the comic books, sports cards, and our world of things, you guys are
Uh-huh.
absolutely correct.
Okay.
On the fashion side, oh my god. So I just got started with somebody doing fashion wallets, clothing,
Okay.
etc. If you do it right, you're not going to need the PR. People are going to come right to you. And I think that's something that the comic community doesn't get from Whatnot. Does that make sense?
I'm not following. So
All right.
okay, so the
my
wallets, if you
my
do the
mother's on
wallets
there.
right,
Yep.
You build
does
it, they will come.
Vuitton. They'll come.
you're saying they're not doing it right with comics?
No.
Okay,
Unless you have a big name, you're being
Sure.
pushed by Whatnot,
sure.
you're not going to get people in your chat.
Well, do you think it was a misstep by them then diving headlong into publishing instead of doing
Absolutely.
maybe exclusives, testing the
Absolutely.
water with it first?
Yep. Absolutely. And I think right now we're in a very bad time of exclusives and heat. There's just a lot of heat on them.
I mean, it seems to me like this was a
Exclusives are getting bashed left and right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, it seems like a really poor time to try to jump into the comics market.
Absolutely.
And I don't know that there ever will be a good time again to jump into the comics market. I hope there is. But I mean, you're throwing anchors out of the boat right off the bat. So
That's not a joke.
no, that's what I cannot imagine this is going to last very long.
I just wanted to defend Whatnot on the side of other things non-comics related. But
Oh no. And I agree with you.
yeah.
No, like we said, Whatnot is
Like
or
3%
comics
comics.
it's very small amount. I mean, it might not even be 3%. So you would think they would get into something else, maybe like merch or something like that. Get some
Merchandise,
designers,
A subscription plan.
something.
Yep. Like
To go into
mystery
publishing
box. Monthly
comics.
mystery box.
Yeah, right.
Do something like that. Be creative with it.
Yeah. Oh man, if they could get a bunch of guys to submit,
Yeah.
we'll give you $100. Submit,
Yeah,
10 books to us.
exactly. They
It could be
both
really
support
interesting mystery boxes.
They're small creators and
Yeah,
themselves.
absolutely. So so you're getting into wallet design?
Yeah, not me, but
Not you.
My mother.
Okay.
Specifically, and she kills it.
And
Every
it's hot
show.
right now, huh?
Kills it. That doesn't matter.
Like men's wallets or like pocketbooks or
both. A little bit of
both.
everything. She does the Louis Gucci. I don't know much about it, but
Does she
So
go
is
out
she
to like
selling,
thrift
like,
stores
knockoffs?
and places like that and find them and then resells them?
yeah, no knockoffs.
Yeah.
All real.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's doing
dude, I have-
reselling. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, and oh my god,
I've got a friend that does high-end purses like that.
Oh,
She'll
the
buy them
people are
one day
good.
and sell them the next for like
Like,
$300-$400 more.
like she won't get bashed price wise on there either.
Yeah, right.
The community is very I'm not going to say strong because smart, I guess. Smart buyers, respectable buyers.
Well, high-end purses, there's really no downside to owning them. They
retain their value.
And they appreciate.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible because my friend was telling me about that. I'm like, damn, why don't I get into that?
Because you have testicles.
I know, and plus I don't know what looks good. I mean, for God's sakes, look at me.
That's no joke, right?
If we could sell Venom purses, I'd be on it.
Oh, absolutely. She did some Disney stuff last week, I know.
Yeah, I got my beef with Disney.
Yeah.
So, Evan, have you watched any of She-Hulk?
The first two.
Did you stop watching when she started twerking?
Yeah.
Me too. Perfect.
So I just caught up on the last two episodes tonight.
Weird.
And holy God, man. And I'm probably more upset. Let me find that article. So the last episode is just Helvetica. I know Helvetica watched it. It was crazy disjointed. It was all like breaking the fourth wall, like her talking about being a superhero in a superheroes series, and
it was a hot mess.
It was just, I mean, it was insulting.
It was a pack of crayons in the microwave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, just brown goo.
So save my time.
Yeah, don't even waste. Yeah,
Pete, how's it going, brother?
Let me find, where is that?
I'll eventually I'll get unwoke for a moment and I'll watch it. But right now I'm too woke for it.
I mean, the whole series as a whole has been mildly entertaining. I'd say if you got nothing else to watch, it's worth it. But so let me see if I can share this.
You guys watch The Werewolf, the new one that just came out?
The Werewolf, the Moon Knight, or what?
Yeah, no, Werewolf by Night.
Or by Night?
Werewolf by Night came out?
Yeah. All right. Well,
totally missed it.
There's a small thing.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah, it was on there.
It's monochrome.
It's actually really, really well done.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel like you're watching a Universal Monsters movie.
Give it a watch.
Literally just watched Frankenstein from 1931 last night.
Are we gonna watch it and then talk about it next week?
We can, yeah. I'd love to. It's that good.
Let's do that.
I won't talk about it at all. It's a good topic for next week as well.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh yeah, play this fucker.
So, let's see if I can do this without. So, Variety released a an article from the creators of She-Hulk talking about the last episode. And it was a huge fuck you to comic book fans and basically anybody that had a different opinion from their personal opinions. So I'll go in here and I'll find some quotes.
There's some good ones.
There are some good ones. So the whole point of this last episode was for them to troll the trolls. So they thought they were so clever by knowing what people were going to say about their shitty show before they said it. So they put all these things in there about kind of what the trolls were going to say. Oh, she sucks. This sucks. This show sucks. And they put it in the show. And they think they're so clever that they knew that their show was going to suck. I don't understand how Disney would have greenlit this for them coming out and just basically saying, fuck you to anybody that doesn't believe in our personal politics. And
true story.
But I mean, this has nothing to do with politics. Just don't write a shitty show.
If you take the politics
and
and everything else aside, and you just look at the show as a show, the first episode, even though it was literally I can do anything, you can do better, right?
Yeah, I mean, but that's
episode.
Yeah, but that's what I would expect from She-Hulk.
It was still good and entertaining
because it was She-Hulk.
But then it turned.
It started to get. So I got this vibe that this turned into a superhero Sex in the City, where how can I manage my sex life from how can I be in a relationship and I'm a high-powered lawyer? Like it got really old real quick, and it's like nobody wants to watch this.
And they talked about how they made it that way because they wanted it to be for kids.
There was nothing kids about this.
Right?
It was very adult.
I completely agree with you. But they literally talk about that. How they were proud that they had made a show that their kids could sit and watch. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to begin with that statement because I almost guarantee you none of these ladies that wrote this show have kids.
I honestly think too, if you look back at it, weren't they? Didn't they put themselves in the actual show too?
Yeah, they were in the last episode.
Yeah,
they had to find a way to shoehorn themselves in. Because then they take this tongue-in-cheek approach to Kevin Feige was the robot. Their Jarvis was called Kevin, which stood for some stupid acronym that was basically the computer that made all the Marvel movies, and it knows how to crank out content, and it has its formulas and everything else. It was just
the optimum content.
Yeah, right. The optimum content. And it was just, I mean, this last episode was so hacky.
Is it? Was it just me, or is it like there's breaking the fourth wall, and then like there's like way too much where it's just like.
But that's all it was. Like for the whole episode, it was her like removed herself from the show and was talking like she wasn't even in the room anymore. It was like watching a documentary. It was bad. And then this article, how did it feel to accurately predict what the trolls would be saying? Wow, you Mensa geniuses, because I think anybody could have predicted what trolls are going to say at any point. Like, I hate to think they're so clever. We trolled the trolls. You didn't. You didn't at all. You trolled yourself. You put out a shitty movie with your name on it, or a shitty show. Good luck getting more work outside of Disney. Anyway.
Dude, I'm telling you, Disney is having a wake-up call.
It just really bothered me that it was just so blatantly in your face. It was just a big F you. And I liked She-Hulk. Like, I enjoy She-Hulk.
So Savage She-Hulk was okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
But her volume 2,
the pink, the 90 or
the
witty banter, the fun covers.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
that is more like the She-Hulk show we got, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes, and I believe that's how it was tended to be.
Right.
Except the She-Hulk, the sensational She-Hulk, was a bit more campy in like an 80s way. You know, it was, yeah, exactly. Big boobs and, just gratuitous almost. But that was the time. The 80s and 90s where you had that kind of, ski school type of.
And it was more
stuff.
Socially acceptable then.
Sure. But now they brought it in under the guise that's kind of what they were going to do, and then just took it really God, I don't know. Does anybody else have any different opinions on that? Something else? Talk me off the ledge.
No, you're
canceling
good.
my Disney.
I'm about to cut my hair like fucking Hulk's son, Scar.
Did you notice?
What? Oh yeah, you did.
Oh my god!
You're supposed
I don't
to
think
do
I even noticed.
You got a scar chop at the bottom. You should have done it at the top, man.
The wife had been begging, and I promised. So.
And then, so they had to do so many cameos in this show. That's just the Disney Plus formula now. Tease the new character into the new series. But
I don't think they went wrong with Scar.
You don't. I mean, I know we're getting Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, we're heading towards Thunderbolts and World War Hulk.
Yeah, so they've already confirmed that Thunderbolt Ross has been cast.
Yeah, goddamn. How is it going to be? I hate to say this, because he is probably one of my top 5 actors ever. Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Right? Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He is 80 years old. 80.
I honestly can see it.
I can see it CGI'd to fucking back.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if his voice is going to be gruff enough.
Dude, I don't know what was wrong with the guy they had other than him dying.
Well, because that was a big part of it, I think.
Because he was perfect for it.
Yeah, he was. But, I mean, Harrison Ford, I'm kind of excited. I think it'll be all right.
You're not going to get me to say anything bad about Harrison Ford.
Yeah. But, I mean Scar, introducing Scar, meh.
That's Kevin Feige.
Yeah, I know it was. That was his choice. But still, it's just,
I know.
But there's so many good Hulks. And they brought a bunch of crappy Hulks into this one.
So if they were going to bring somebody, honest to goodness, I wanted Asian Hulk, Amadeus Cho, Totally Awesome Hulk. That's who I wanted. I wanted that next generation character, I wanted them to bring him in at like age 20. Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So guess what? There's a fucking pony you can ride for 20 plus years. Easy.
And Amadeus Cho's, I mean, his whole backstory is good.
Yep.
Like he's an interesting character. Just like I think they should kind of do more with Arrow and some of those kind of Malaysian
Silk.
silk. Yeah. Oh, silk.
There's Silk. There's Amadeus Cho. Who's the Indian Spider-Man? I can't remember his name.
I always forget it.
Dot, not Feather.
What is that? There's a movie that they say that in. I can't remember what it was.
It's funny because, not me, not on my side, but on my kids' mother's side, they have both Indian, Native American, and India. So it's funny. My kids are Dot and Feathers.
God. Wait, what's the thing? Yeah. So, well, I mean, we drugged Whatnot as far as we could.
Dude, I don't think we did. I'll be real honest, real serious. Whatnot itself, as it comes to comics, is still very young.
Oh, absolutely.
Did they do much at New York Comic Con? Do you know?
So they had a huge setup.
I think they had a big one.
But it was literally, it wasn't like, I
didn't hear any news on them.
Chancellor and them were not there.
Yep.
It was literally just people who paid money.
Really?
And requested Whatnot booths to set up. Seriously. So, like the card guys and everything, like the guys doing those huge, like $100,000 giveaways and stuff. None of those were comic guys, not even close. It was the card and collectible guys that were doing the most business. Like the comic guys, I mean, they did okay, but yeah. I mean, Whatnot still knows who its show ponies are and who its draft horses are. I like this whole analogy of the race horses thing. I'm using it pretty well.
Yeah, you really are. You're beating that horse to death.
Right?
Saw Geiger is going into production.
Yes, just announced today.
Just announced. Pretty excited about that, actually.
Dude, that was a great story.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I just saw. Oh, William. I just saw that scumbag cover that you got from Squatchy.
Yep. Isn't that sick?
That is awesome. Oh, that was so good.
This is another book that I'm expecting to be taking off as well.
Briar
from Boom Studios.
Yes. Someone was showing that off the other day.
Great story.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Dude. Vampires, monsters, death, freaking third world, like end of apocalypse awesomeness. Artwork is amazing.
I don't know if I picked one of those up.
Yeah.
When did it come out? This week?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? I got so many boxes I haven't opened up with new comics in them. Pretty sure I ordered it.
I think they're supposed to be on Paramount Plus too. If I'm not mistaken.
Geiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
So I'll be
and I
downloading
hate that because I don't subscribe to that.
You should.
Yeah, but dude, so I pay
for Yellowstone alone.
I pay for Crunchyroll. I pay for Funimation. I pay for
well, do I get a Crunchyroll?
Netflix. I pay for Amazon Prime and something else. I have
Disney
five
Plus?
5 different Disney
What's
Plus.
What's on Netflix?
Right now,
Like more than anything,
Really?
more than anywhere else.
Really?
Yes.
yeah. I mean, Netflix has rotating movies and shows like they pick up from, so they'll be there for a couple months and then gone.
Yes.
But they do a lot of their own.
And dude, Netflix, honest to God, they're winning awards left and right.
I mean, their original shows are pretty.
Okay.
Dude,
Pretty damn
they
good.
are amazing. The Witcher, my comic book brethren, The Witcher is fucking.
Oh, I have not watched
Amazing.
that yet. I got an
Oh.
alert saying it was on there. I haven't watched it yet.
I'll turn my Netflix
Dude.
on.
I'm gonna tell you right now, The Witcher is holy fuck good,
That's a solid 10 out of 10 all day. My good man.
dude. Right?
I love the Witcher game too. That was a lot of fun to play.
Oh yeah.
Going back off of She-Hulk though, does
Yeah.
that scare you for the future of Marvel shows and movies? 'Cause it scares me sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. I'm terrified because there is, out of the stuff they've announced that they've already moved back months and months and
yeah.
years.
I'm just
there
terrified
is-
of all the fucking thirsty fuckers that are gonna start fucking.
Yeah.
You're gonna start seeing a lot of fucking more nudie She-Hulk all over the goddamn place in that format.
Yeah. 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 But I mean, we got Secret Wars, which is kind of about the last thing that they've announced,
Yeah.
which is basically the only thing I'm looking forward to.
God,
We're building
yes,
up
dude.
long
But
drive
I mean,
on
we're
that.
talking 3-4 years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there will be things that pop up here and there in between, but for the big projects they've announced, I mean,
The only things I'm looking forward to at the moment is Loki season 2
Oh God, yeah, dude.
and Guardians. That's really about it on my list.
The winter special, I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I can't
And-
wait to see Santa Claus as a mutant.
And Wakanda Forever, I have my hopes up. So
I-
3 weeks away.
If they bring in Doctor Doom in Wakanda, I'll give it an A. If they don't,
if they do what?
they bring in Doctor Doom.
Into Wakanda Forever?
Yep.
I know. I need
There's
more
a-
Doctor Doom in my life for sure.
There's a lot they could do in that, and they could really do
Absolutely.
it well. And it's 3 weeks away, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I got to watch Werewolf by Night now.
Dude, you're gonna love it.
I'm really
it was
excited
good.
about that, actually. I don't know how I even missed that. Had no idea
it
it was
was-
even coming out. Never even heard of it one time.
Because it was not really super
Yeah.
advertised like everything else
Put
was.
it out. Yep.
And you
So-
know, do you want to know why? Can I say it? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking say it.
Wait. Okay. Go ahead.
Because it did not meet fucking Disney's motherfucking wokeness goddamn bullshit propaganda motherfucking thing that they're trying to spew out on everybody.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
If it met that criteria, it would have got advertised like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Royale
because
with
it didn't.
cheese.
Am I lying,
Royale with
Helvetica?
cheese.
Be honest.
I'm gonna set you up for this, Helvetica.
I agree, especially
Which,
during the time.
Which wallet is yours?
Which what?
Wallet.
Wallet what?
Oh, damn it! You're supposed to say it's the one that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
Oh, dude. No, I have PTSD
One-
when talking about what's your wallet.
Oh,
I was like, no.
yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, dude, that's the best shit ever. It even came with the fucking ID.
It's like we had that set up.
Not
Anyway.
only that, but dude, you have to have that in your car as a guarantee to get out of a fucking ticket.
Yeah.
Now, if you take away my own personal opinions
Yeah.
about Disney Plus and their motive and propaganda bullshit, Helvetica, honestly, as a person that's seen it, right? You've seen it, right?
Which one again?
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
Now, was there any of the weirdness that they're putting in a lot of the shows here recently, or was it a traditional Werewolf by Night kind of movie show?
Dude, it honestly felt like it was like they did great
Like
homages to like old Universal.
Like it was an actual show with a good
Yes.
story.
Yes, it felt like there's a Marvel I missed. You know what I mean?
And
That's what,
Okay,
like,
I'm super excited then.
can you even slightly even come to partial agreement with me that they did not advertise the hell out of that?
Oh,
Because
dude,
it didn't meet everything else that they've been doing
Here's what
recently.
surprised me. It's
as you
Halloween
mentioned
season.
it, yeah.
It's Halloween
Yeah.
season.
I know.
Why
Why
the hell
wouldn't
not
they?
advertise it?
Yeah, why wouldn't they pump that up?
And on top of that, I got to say, for like what it was, the CGI that they did use was pretty fucking awesome. So, like, I mean,
Well, it's got to be
everything.
better than She-Hulk.
Oh, dude, hands
I
down.
mean, that was lazy.
I'm just saying, right? I mean, tell somebody, please. Let me use your phrase, Jelly. Pull me off the ledge and tell me I'm wrong.
I have not seen it. I can't say, but I'm to the point now with the Disney shows that if I get a whiff of a motive, no matter what it is, I feel like I'm out. I just don't like. I'm just out. Like if I smell an agenda, it's over. And I don't care what agenda it is. Just tell me a good story.
God damn, you're straight.
You know, just I watch this stuff to get away from the politics.
Thank you. It's my escape.
You're right.
Just like comics are, right?
Yeah. So,
by the way, one of my favorite comic reads of all time. You'll never get me to say nothing bad about this one other than it was not long enough. DC Comics presents number 29.
Yep.
You get to see how powerful Superman really, really, really was.
Why did I think you slabbed that?
I haven't yet. I've been contemplating. I've got a minty copy, and this is the one I read.
Yeah. Did we talk about that?
Uh-huh.
In one episode or somewhere? That was a fun one. All right, I'm just gonna spitball here since we got Evan and Helvetica here. Evan, best superhero. Go.
Spider-Man.
Why?
PR. Promotion. Tom Holland, especially.
Yeah?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. All right, Helvetica. Best superhero.
Fuck. I mean, that's pretty much a given for me.
I mean, it's okay. Someone other than Spawn.
All right, if I had to pick somebody else, I would probably say this is like based off of anything. I know I'm going to make it a little technical, but
Okay.
I would probably say Batman. Batman. The only reason being is just because technically not a superhero, doesn't have any superpowers, but he's fucking super smart. Dude has a backup plan for everything, man.
He's a master detective.
Dude has a fucking even a way to even combat himself if he was fucking brainwashed. I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah, but here's the real story about Batman: is that any supervillain, any superhero could have killed him in a freaking blink of an eye, and there's not a damn thing he could have done about it. The story's just played along. That never mind.
Mm-hmm. But still, I like to think
I'm with you.
You pulled my kryptonite by not letting me pick Spawn. So I was all right.
He is definitely one of the coolest. Like, I think if I could be any superhero, it would probably be Batman. I think so.
I could
think
see
I
it.
would.
Well, you're rich as shit. You can do
You're
whatever the
rich
hell
as
you want.
shit. You get
See,
to
mine's
cool
Iron
gadgets.
Man.
Oh, do you know what I ordered that came out this week? Did you see?
Huh.
Speaking of Batman, the Batmobile Owner's Manual came out this week in a hardcover. And it goes through it's the owner's manual of every iteration of the Batmobile. I cannot wait to read it.
Does it have a fucking way to build one? Because I'll build the shit out of one.
I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to have some nice schematics. All right, so Jay, who would be your favorite superhero?
If I have to choose one and one only, it would probably be Superman. To be honest. And then right there with them are Captain America and Spider-Man.
I mean, I got to stick with my guy Daredevil.
I don't blame you.
Seeing Daredevil in the yellow suit and She-Hulk just made me want a Daredevil Netflix series back again.
I understand all 6 episodes of the comics that he wore a yellow suit.
I believe it was 3.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And it was, and actually, she had a pretty good slam on that. She's like, she's like, that's tough talk coming from a guy that chose his costume colors based on ketchup and mustard. I was like, yeah, that was a pretty bad costume. What's up, Spooky? Top and bottom favorite. Well played, sir. Ambiguously gay duo. So, but yeah, Spawn's one of my favorites too.
Oh,
Can't argue
Spawn
with
is,
Spawn.
but Spawn is hard to call. It's like calling Venom a superhero.
Yeah, well, I mean, Spawn's an anti-hero.
I mean, he is. I
So-
don't. When I think Spawn, I don't think superhero. Does he do good? Does he do right? For the most part, yes. Does he
Yeah.
try to save the world? Does he try to protect the world? Yes. Does he
Mhm.
always go about it the right way? Not so
No.
much.
I mean, Superman has had his missteps too.
There's more of a vigilante aspect, maybe.
Yes. If I was going to associate Spawn to the Marvel Universe, honestly, the closest character he comes to would be as if you took
I'm
Venom.
gonna say Punisher.
If you took Venom and you venomized Punisher.
Yeah.
Man, that
I
sounds
mean, just
so
being
awesome.
on.
Did you say Spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now I really
the only thing
want
with, like,
venomized Punisher.
With Spawn, it's like a reverse though. Like, I mean, instead of his family getting killed, it's Frank Castle would have gotten killed. He's basically
Exactly.
there's
It's
the
the reverse.
separation from the family. Yeah. But I do like that whole be careful what you wish for mentality with Spawn. And then it's like the whole karma that comes behind it, and it's like, seriously, be careful what you wish for. You don't know what you have until it's gone. And with the second time around, it's not going to be the same. So, like, at the end of the day, I've always dude.
Well, so
Spawn
here's an
has.
interesting
I will say
question. Yeah.
the only thing I have with Spawn, and I firmly believe he could fucking take just about anybody out. He has control of the fucking void, so he could go into the void dimension, do whatever the fuck he wants in there. Like, he could drag you into it. He has unlimited potential, unlimited power in there. Put Superman in that motherfucker, he's fucked. Like, I don't care. Like, I think that Superman is just done if he goes into, like,
Yeah, but
Spawn could.
Hasn't Superman been to the void dimension?
But with Spawn, I don't know about that. There's no sun there, man.
Superman
hear
has
you.
been to the edge of the universe.
And then some.
And then some.
Now, the only person I think, honestly, that would have a good fight, because Spawn is OP. I mean, he really is.
Yeah.
I think the only character that would have a really good fight with Spawn would be Ghost Rider.
That would be, yeah.
Oh,
Because-
you know who else comes to
Because
mind?
Ghost Rider could punish Spawn for his sins.
Yeah. That and who the hell? Fuck DC. DC's Ghost Rider. Was it Phantom? What the hell's his name? Not Phantom. The Green Cloak. Fucking bastard. Shit.
Spectre.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because he's basically the same thing, isn't he? Like basically the Wrath of God, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I think he could fuck up Spawn. Honestly.
Well, I mean, Spectre is super OP. I mean,
Yeah,
Spectre is more
he's as
powerful
close-
than any mainstream superhero there is, period.
well, I mean, yes.
He's a cosmic elite. I mean, he is.
Yes.
He's in the same category of character as like the Living Tribunal.
Right, like Singularity,
Yeah.
those kind of people. But yeah, he's DC's version of, a Celestial.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is going on here?
I'd read it. That's all I'm saying.
So,
Dude, hell yeah.
since we were kind of chit-chatting about Spawn and one of my favorite topics, I'll just ask this kind of rhetorical question, or maybe a what if. What if Spawn had been a limited series and been maybe 8 issues? What do you think? Do you think it would still be held in such high regard? Because
No.
I think the best, one of the best, if not the best, stories about Spawn comes in the first 10 issues.
Todd McFarlane had to hire all those writers in order for him to fucking get something out that was halfway decent, in my
Right.
opinion. And not only that, as much as I love Todd
McFarlane
McFarlane,
was amazing.
yeah, it was good.
He wrote 1 through 8, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And then 9, 10, and 11 was 3 other guys.
Yeah. 9 was
that's-
Sims.
Service or whatever. Yeah, Sims. And then you had Gaiman on 9.
Yeah.
That's where Gaiman was the co-creator of Medieval Spawn, Angela, and Cagliostro. So
Yeah.
there was
He
this whole thing.
He literally
is-
had to sue McFarlane to get that
Mhm.
right.
But like if you think about it, so I mean that brings in another question. If it was just strictly Todd, that's the one thing I know. The man has a vision. He has a power struggle where I'm gonna do things my way. As much as I love Todd, I will say that the Spawn universe, the best thing that he ever did was let other people have their input into it, because there would be no fleshed out. I think it would have been very linear in the aspect of, like there's characters like Plague Spawn came out in post 300.
Yeah,
But if you look
313?
if you look at what Plague Spawn is, it's actually the prototype first Hellspawn that was created. And in that fashion, they actually modeled the beta Spawn, which is what Al Simmons and all those other Spawns are. The actual oldest Spawn past the Plague Spawn is the Omega Spawn, which is just so fucking overpowered. He's just so fucking ancient, and everything's been modeled after him because he was basically like they pulled the Star Wars the clone troopers. Like they wanted the best that they could fucking model off of. So they had the Omega Spawn, and they just modeled all the other Hell Spawns based off of that. But the Omega Spawn, the original, all these characters, essentially what I'm getting to before I go on this fucking train wreck. Jesus Christ. You had all these characters that were molded, that were crafted, that were all brought to this whole story to beef it out. There would be no Cagliostro, who was a part of King Arthur's table back in the day, the Black Knight. I mean, the dude just committed horrendous sin, gave up his, undead, his fucking being a hellspawn, in order to fucking sit there and redeem himself and to teach others not to go down that dark path. So, I mean, like, if you really look at all like the character building and everything, that wasn't 100% Todd McFarlane. I think it would have just went down this same dark operatic, woe is me, my wife and my kid, I'm just going to murder everybody, with not as much seasoning on it. So That's my 2 cents.
I agree. It was nice that you mentioned that he had to bring these other people in, because they just recent article came out that they were asking Todd if he was going to direct the new Spawn movie, and he says, "Well, if I'm answering for Todd McFarlane, then hell yes, I'm going to direct the movie. But I'm answering as the businessman," and he said, "I shouldn't be anywhere near anywhere near that movie."
Yep.
There are professionals, and I think that his growth is really coming out now that he realizes this is his last go at a movie for Spawn. If it doesn't happen now, yeah,
I mean, period.
it's not going to happen. And I personally think Jamie Foxx is an excellent choice to play Spawn. I
Look how he
don't know
pulled
that
off Ray Charles. Like, I mean, dude has a wide.
I mean, he's just a multi-talented guy. And if you would have asked me during In Living Color, I'd have been like, "Oh, that guy, he's weird. He looks weird." But he is incredibly talented. And I think they got the right guy for the part.
No,
Dude,
I think
honest
he's.
to goodness, Jamie Foxx is every bit as good an actor and character actor as Jim Carrey was.
Oh yeah,
That's when you get into those guys that are so funny that start off as like really outrageous comedians, do some of the best drama you'll ever see, like Jim Carrey, Robin Williams.
Dude,
I mean,
Jim Carrey, The Majestic, The Truman Show.
I mean, yeah, I mean Robin Williams, Patch Adams, like,
oh, dude,
just, I mean, Jack. Think about that movie Jack, where you're just like,
100% agreed.
yeah, Jim Carrey's Fire Marshal Bill. Let me tell you something.
Oh, dude, I always loved his fucking theme song. Off the road again. Can't wait to drive off the road again.
Yeah.
When he was the drunk.
But it's just, I mean, those guys that were so outrageous, man, when they do dramatic parts, I mean, it can get you choked up. Excuse me.
Patch Adams is amazing.
Oh, man. Any of those movies. What Dreams May Come. Like, I mean, just, you're just soul-wrenching. But anyway, another tangent.
No, that's what we're famous for here.
I know. Anybody got anything else they want to bring up tonight? Anything? Anybody got any ideas?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jalen. I was going to say, off the top of my head, I'm still thinking right now.
What I was going to say is, I don't really think the business model that Disney is using right now is going to survive past 2025 if they don't start supplying to the masses instead of catering to the minority.
So their business model in terms of what? In terms of the MCU?
Mm-hmm.
Or in terms of overall
everything, like not just the MCU but the Disney Plus shows, all of it, right? So the only thing that they've kept somewhat clear of this, right, is the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, and the stuff they're putting out for Star Wars is really good.
Yes. I
Actually,
don't know if that's because of the directors they have.
Yeah, Williams got a good one. But yeah, the directors, I don't know if it is or not, or I don't know, but I also don't know how much, like, Lucas, does he still have any control? Like, does he have veto rights or anything like that?
Nope.
It's out of his hands. Whatever Disney wants to do, they do.
He got his billions.
Yeah. So, William, so about Black Adam, I have heard the movie is not very good from
Rotten Tomatoes.
the people that have seen it pre-screen. Say it is not very good. But they say Dwayne Johnson is good. They say he really sticks to the character of Black Adam.
He's been
They
wanting
play-
to do Black Adam for 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean, he's actually doing the character justice. I saw a lot of the critics were talking about it, and they were saying it was very repetitive. I'm not sure what they were referring to when they said that. They said the story was pretty soft. I don't remember what the main villain is in
Him?
well, you know what I
Him
mean.
until
The main
supposedly-
adversary.
Supposedly it's him until about a third of the way in.
Well, that's how it should be.
Right?
Black Adam is a villain. Well, started as a villain. But they said it was whoever his adversary is in the movie, they said was very weak. And it wasn't a good showing for story-wise for the first. But a lot of them had high hopes for the character going forward, thinking that this may be something that is able to save DC.
What will save DC right off the bat, I'm just going to say it, is Black Adam versus Superman. I think
if they establish Black Adam a little more,
Uh-huh.
that would be the natural progression, is to have Black Adam and
I
Superman.
absolutely disagree.
Okay.
As a PR standpoint, again, Black Adam versus who's the other big it's a wrestler that's an actor now?
Peacemaker?
Rock.
Oh, Cena? John Cena?
Just do it for the hell of it. It's gonna
There's
bring
no
money.
fucking chance.
It's gonna bring people.
Oh,
Hey.
I would at least say have a cameo where he just Peacemaker thinks he has a fucking chance to just slap the shit out of him and then game over. He's
It'd be
just
pretty
done.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I generally think John Cena sucks as an actor.
100%.
He was pretty good with Peacemaker, though, I will say.
He sucked in Suicide Squad. He was much better in Peacemaker.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, he was
I agree.
terrible.
Peacemaker
in
show.
Suicide
I actually
Squad.
like the Peacemaker show.
I did too, but he sucks as an actor. But in Peacemaker, he pulled it together for that. That was pretty good. But yeah, I think the natural progression is, you're 100% right, that we need Black Adam and Superman.
Absolutely.
I think that's your ultimate goal for bringing Black Adam into it, and especially if
it needs to, honestly, it needs to be, you need Clark and you need Billy, both,
yeah,
to go against Black Adam. Bring that comic story to life, because it's an amazing story.
But that's what I'm saying. The work for the story has been done already. It just needs to be turned into a screenplay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing with Secret Wars. The work's been done. You had a great story. Don't screw up the screenplay.
Dude, I saw a meme the other day, and it wasn't really a meme, but it came out the day after Wolverine was announced to be coming into the MCU via Deadpool 3.
And then
Right?
2 days later, it was announced that it would be delayed.
Being be delayed, right? But that day after it was announced, guy came on, did an IG live that lasted 15 seconds.
Okay.
And he said, Disney, listen to me. I have a multi-billion dollar idea. Hear me out. Hulk versus Wolverine. I mean, it's just going to sell itself. And
wait, was he joking or was he?
No, he was dead. He was dead. He
thought
he
just
was
nailed it.
He was kind of bagging on them, right? He was kind of bagging on Disney. saying this is
Okay.
how you should introduce fucking Wolverine.
Into the MCU.
Yes.
They were probably called this guy up and was like, I love it. Tell me more.
Right?
Tell you more. You know what? I've got pictures of it.
Let me show you. I've got it all written out.
I've got a storyboard.
I've got a storyboard right here for you. It's already drawn. We can lay it out and we can make this into a movie. Just hear me out.
All right. Now I really want that story arc to play out. Now I really want to see some Hulk
Right?
180, Hulk 181
Right?
film. Yeah. Deadpool. Really?
It just, I mean, it literally just, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
They're gonna put that cover of 181 slow motion on the big screen at one point. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be like this big old clash in the middle, this brawl. They're gonna go slow motion. You get like a good 2 to 3 second glimpse at 181 on the big screen, and it'll just be this full on fucking just. But they gotta make Wolverine a fucking rabid, just bloodlust. Like, I'm just gonna take this guy down.
Dude,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think it's going to show up on the screen,
Mhm.
but I think it's going to be Deadpool holding a copy of it, right? When he's sitting on the couch, whatever, right? And Logan's not into the movie yet, right? And he's going to be sitting there, Wolverine? The fuck kind of name is that? And then tosses the comic behind him.
You know what he
And then-
should do is be like, what is that, a girl wolf?
And then the next scene, you have Logan, right?
It's like,
I
I
can
guess
see
what
that.
they didn't know it was. Dude didn't know it was actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm
actual
saying.
animal.
Like, yeah, the original, he should be like, what is this, a girl wolf or something?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
I'm full of ideas. I could help Marvel.
Well,
Just
the people
saying.
at Disney, have no idea of the history and all the stories that have been written. So if you just walked in there, you're like, oh, let me flip to this omnibus real quick. All right, I got you a story.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have
Claremont's
to
done the
go
heavy lifting.
crazy finding all these amazing story arcs, right, that play out through 30 books, 30 storylines over the course of like so many fucking titles, right?
Well, that's
I
what
mean, they
I'm
don't
saying.
need that.
I don't know what these dumbasses are doing. The hard work's done.
There are amazing stories out there.
Yes, just
that
don't
cross
fuck up the
that-
screenplay.
Single comic, right? Single comic, 5 to 6 books, awesome storyline. They could kick out, bring in a supervillain. Fucking dude, there's literally hundreds of these.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many good indies out there too that they usually buy the quote unquote idea and then change it, because what was the oh good lord, we just talked about it last week.
Everybody.
Sweet Tooth. So Sweet Tooth wasn't exactly like the comic book.
Yeah, but it was close.
It was very close, and it was extremely good. But they'll take trying to think. Paper Girls wasn't like the comic. They just kind of took the idea.
When you get a chance, can you summarize Sweet Tooth? What the hell that is? Because I still have yet to watch it, and I know it's a killer book in general. I just never got into it.
I can let me get my names right here. I'll go through it's just Jeff Lemire. All right. So Sweet Tooth was, let me think. I think it was still Vertigo. Came out in like the early 2010s. It was a kind of a post-apocalyptic kind of land where there was now hybrids of animals and humans. So you had like owl baby, like human babies, and the main character's a hybrid of a deer. And he lives like way deep in the woods, like way off the grid. And I'm trying to think. He lives outside of the like kind of controlled area where I guess you would call them, they're kind of like cultists. So he lives outside in the woods, outside of this like kind of controlled area. And he grows up with his dad, doesn't know anything about the people that are inside of the humans. I'll say the humans. I'll just, instead of calling them cultists, the humans. So he's very scared of the humans because all the hybrids are treated like shit. So they're scary, they're bastardized, people hate them. So he kind of makes friends with these other hybrid children that kind of wander across his dad's land. There was a what was he? What are those things? Not a beaver. It was like a groundhog hybrid guy, and then he had a donkey that he was friends with. And when I say the animals, I'm saying of the hybrid. So I can't remember how the show goes exactly. It's basically him kind of exploring and going outside of his, going up to the fence, going to the areas where his dad deems that aren't safe. He's just kind of exploring and stuff. I'm trying to think what else. It's just a lot of kind of.
It's a very in-depth story based off of the circumstances that he's given, pretty much.
Yeah, it's kind of, and it's he feels like it's a very emotional book.
Uh-huh.
That it's more about like what this kid kind of thinks he's lacking. He feels like he's got like no direction. There's no point in life if they're just going to be sitting in this cabin scared of everything. So he's kind of going out to explore and then find meaning. And then it's kind of starts having run-ins with the humans and things like that. It's I can't remember how many issues it was. It went on for like 10 years, I want to say.
What's that? I'm sorry, I'm back.
Sweet Tooth.
Oh, yeah.
I think it went for 10 years or something. Let me see.
Yeah, I got to put it on my watch list and check it out. I've never seen it.
Oh, really?
Never.
And honestly, the show is so good,
dude,
that I don't think you would be missing out on much by not reading the book.
Yeah, dude,
like
you can literally watch it.
It is that good,
not knowing it's that good.
It's surprisingly been one of the best comic book adaptations that have come out in, well, just about ever. I mean, it was really, really well done. The CGI was great. I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that on my watch list. I think that one's coming up soon.
Yeah,
it's the CGI is very fluid. It's very hard to tell. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's hard to tell what is makeup and what is CGI.
Yeah,
and I think the makeup artists for that movie were equally as talented as the CGI artists.
They were sure as fuck better than She-Hulk's.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna tell you
that
right
twerking
now,
looked pretty real, man.
Well, I'm gonna be real honest, okay? You cannot compare Disney Plus productions to Netflix productions. Period.
No,
Netflix is light years ahead of them.
Well, with what we've seen, oh, Will, you didn't like Sweet Tooth? I thought it was great, man.
Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah, Netflix, I mean, they will spend money, and they spend money well on CGI.
Dude.
And from what I've seen from
CGI,
Disney Plus,
their CGI and their makeup artists are the best of the best. And I mean, just like you said, you cannot tell what's what and what's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm super pumped to watch Werewolf by Night. Matter of fact,
honestly, it was at least, that was like an easy 8 out of 10 for me.
That's what I was going to say.
All right,
I was literally going to say it's probably about an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
What would be a 10 out of 10 on your scale? That's how I need to gauge what an 8 out of 10 is.
Only way I could compare it to like 10 out of 10, something that I watched. Yeah, see, even Will, like 8.5, yeah. I'll let Jay want to take a crack at that because I'm trying to think of a movie that I could compare it to. Like the first time that I saw it, it was like, that was fucking amazing. Like,
so I would
be real honest.
I would put in terms of cinematography, storytelling, acting, I would say one of the best in my book that I would say would be as close to a 10 vertical. That I would say would be close to a 10 out of 10 for me would be Shawshank Redemption.
So
storytelling, all that, yeah.
Well, if you're gonna, I'm talking of just Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Just comparing it to Marvel.
Okay, so what would be a 10 for Marvel?
For me, if I have to give a movie a 10 in Marvel, right? It's the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Is Werewolf by Night a movie?
Yeah.
It's a show. It's a movie. Okay.
Movie.
Yeah.
It should have went to theaters. I think it would have been much better in theaters, but hey.
I would say.
Did you imagine that monochrome like that
on
the big screen? And then they gave it like a little film grain? Like, geez Louise. That'd be kick ass.
Oh, those 35 millimeter cameras, though, man, they were. I love the way those look.
Yeah, man. So if I were to compare it, man, I would say like it's really hard. It's honestly in a class of its own, just because it's shot in a new element. The best way I could say is that they pull elements to give you you could tell it's a horror vibe. It's something that's new to Marvel, but at the same time, it's something fresh that you needed.
So it's just in its own category.
I would say so.
Okay, but it's good because I would say for MCU, the Magnus Opus would probably be Endgame.
Now, I'm not going to say the Endgame's not better, but there are too many points of Endgame that I don't like. Whereas Avengers is like you got all these individual storylines that we've heard so far, right?
Yeah.
Right? We've already heard all these individual storylines that are all good. Like we've watched the Iron Mans, we've watched the Hulks, even though they're not considered MCU, right? Even though now they are apparently.
Right.
Right? And all these other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we see the forming of the team. We see fucking the first time they really go to fight together. And, you know, like fucking Bruce Banner looks over and he's like, I've got a secret. I'm always angry. And he transforms into the Hulk, right? And he fucking punches the goddamn. And then they're all working together as a cohesive unit. As a fucking comic book fan, and my inner child was screaming, "Holy fuck, this is goddamn amazing." That moment, right? That's the 10. Right? When Hulk grabs Loki by the leg and smashes him on the fucking ground back and forth, right?
Oh, it's amazing.
I will say I do have those moments. So whenever Hulk picks up a car or something like that, I do have those moments where you're like, yay, like, you know, like the little kid just kind of.
I literally was. So the first time I watched Avengers, it was on my phone in bed with headphones on with my first wife. And then Hulk did the thing to Loki.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard I woke up my kids' mom and got scolded badly, and I was like, it was worth it. I don't even care.
So you're saying
Like-
the Avengers ruined your marriage?
Oh fuck, dude, that was way before that.
I'm
before
just
Game.
kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But that's why I say Avengers. Like, you know, when they were taking on Thanos
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
these amazing things were happening, yeah, that kind of reinstituted that feeling, right? But it's that first feeling,
yeah,
that first
Ragnarok was good too.
that first hit, that first fucking shot, right? That first fucking
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, it's that. Yeah, it's almost got the nostalgia kind of triggers that because it's the first time you're kind of seeing that
Absolutely.
in the way you almost saw it in your head. You know, I agree. You've converted me.
I have reasons why I do. Just saying.
So, all right, we've got it about an hour and a half. I got some dinner waiting for me upstairs. Got a
What you having?
beef stroganoff.
Really?
Yeah, I've been smelling it for a half an hour now.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So
Now, does she put sour cream in her recipe?
she did.
That's okay. Thank you.
Hell yes.
You have to. It just adds that tang that the stroganoff needs.
Yeah, I had her put a little Worcestershire,
Yep.
and I tasted it when it was coming up, and it tasted just right.
Hell yeah, man.
So.
Oh, William,
Picked up the
that's
hammer.
another
a good one
fucking
too.
amazing
Yeah.
one, dude. When Kat picked up the hammer, and I really think when when Kat pretended to pick up the hammer the first time, right, and Thor was like, right, I think Cap could have picked it up and just didn't. That's just me.
Interesting. Well, got another big night tomorrow night. Selling some comics.
Oh, always, dude.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, man, you're gonna be
Gonna
you'll be taking over hosting duties, man.
filling in some big shoes.
They're not
Yeah,
that big.
They're only size 13s, man. It's all good.
Oh, good. That's what size I wear.
Same here. Perfect.
Guess we'll fit
Hell
right
yeah.
in.
Dude, you guys would be fine. Straight up.
So, yeah. Got to look and see who we got on tomorrow night. I know we've got J1 on. I believe we've got the Freeze Brothers on. Can't remember who else was on.
It should be White Pages too, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tyson.
I know that he's been busy out there, so if he gets a breather, he should be coming on.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly agreed. Just want to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It was back when Thor had an ego.
Yeah, now he's just got a
Now he's
severe
a cuck.
depression
Yeah.
and issues with his own weapon.
Yeah. Oh, boy, that was bad.
Dude, my only thing is, right? Here's my serious question. At the very end of Love and Thunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got dude's daughter, right? And she's wielding his axe.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Well, he gave them all the power of Asgardians.
Yeah, all the kids all of a sudden, like he gave them, I think it was like temporary Asgardian
But it
strength.
was temporary.
I mean,
You're talking about you know whose
The
daughter?
very,
just for
very
people that
end,
haven't seen it, yeah.
after the cutscene, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
When it's Thor and the little girl, you know,
Well-
Thor's daughter.
were they? Where were they though? Like, were they someplace where those rules didn't apply?
That was my only question about the whole fucking movie. Other than that,
I never even really thought too hard about it.
Because she has all the powers of Gore the God Butcher. She has all the powers.
Right.
Like, she can kill Thor. That's why she's like at the cutaway scenes, right? She's fucking with him. And she's wielding his goddamn axe. How and why? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if anybody had any thoughts.
Theories
Evan?
on that?
Anything, Evan? Just curious.
Evan.
Thanks, Evan. Good input.
Oh, dude, I was zoning out. What happened?
Who? Where am I?
The question was, in Thor Love and Thunder, at the very end, in the credit scenes, right? Thor and the little girl are fighting, right? That's Gore's daughter. Why is she wielding Thor's axe?
Well, I'm trying to find out what loves. Because love is. Who do they think love was the same as? Was it eternity? No.
I don't know.
I remember reading something about it. They thought, yeah, she's a cosmic entity. I can't remember if she was born from eternity or if she was eternity.
But how is she a cosmic entity? That's the thing. Gore got his wish was to bring his daughter back to life, right? That was Gore's final wish, to bring his daughter back to life.
Right.
How did she come back and now she's like Gore the God Butcher powerful? Like, I have the power of the Necro Sword powerful. When she wasn't wielding it.
I don't know, man. My head hurts trying to think about this. Yeah, you just blew my mind. Because now I'm trying to remember. I can never remember all these cosmic entities. Like, because Gore went to the realm of eternity. But I don't know if they explained that in the... Is that where they are? Is that the realm of eternity? At the end?
Yes. But where are they fighting?
What do you mean? When they come out of that trailer on the beach?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Earth. I don't know.
With the whole alien forces coming, right?
They're in Cuba.
Right?
Puerto Rico? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where they were fighting, but I mean, she's a cosmic entity. So I guess she's more powerful than Asgardians.
I'm going to go back and rewatch that last 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, how about you report back to us next week?
Oh, aye, Capitan.
With your findings.
I'm curious.
So, all right, fellas, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Evan, thank you. Helvetica, thank you for hanging out, brother.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy your night off tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm
go
gonna
have
be
some fun with the lady.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're going to Universal Horror Nights. So
We're supposed to go to Six Flags on Sunday night for that, whatever they call it, Fright Night or something.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll
Fright
see.
Night.
But they have a Killer Clowns maze that's going to be there, so I'll go through that thing.
Nice.
So I'll take some pictures of a lady screaming her ass off, and I'll report back.
You're screaming right now.
Oh, man.
Helvetica, you're not doing something right if she's not a screamer. I'm just saying.
In the mazes.
Oh, fair enough.
On that note,
Hey, if it isn't wrong, it can't be right.
Right.
all right. All right, fellas. Well, appreciate you guys. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, man.
We might just start pulling you in, or whether you want to or not. So, we'll see you tomorrow night on the auction. Got lots of